Hello, everybody, and welcome here to the Wine with Jimmy channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Delightful to have you on board. This is a video that is designed to help those of you who are really sort of fine tuning your systematic approach to tasting for the WSET Level 3 course. So this is what I call my practice wine tasting for the UK, as it's an examination tasting case which is available in the UK only. So this is going to be formed from this tasting case. So this is 6 wines that are available through the wine house in the UK. And all you have to do is to scan that QR code or click on the link in the description of this video in order to go and purchase this rather fascinating technical tasting case. Very useful for you. Why? Well, it comes with full examiner's tasting notes in a hard copy, if you want it in that format, or with these videos, these Wine with Jimmy taste along videos, where you actually get to hear me as an examiner talk about the wines and how it will be marked. So you're able to taste this wine in the comfort of your own home or with your friends who are studying as well, and then of course match it to your own tasting notes. So these are pre-recorded, this video. You can watch it, stop it at any time, sort of mold and amend your viewing experience to your own tasting notes. So this is ideal for an individual if you want to do this in the comfort of your own home, for example, or maybe with a tasting group to spread the cost for that extra practice. The wines are delivered safely to your door. And in this case, there are 2 half bottles. That's the Crimson Pinot Noir, which is the third from the right, and the Sauternes from Château, which is the third from the left. This is all these 6 wines available at £125 from the wine house. Please scan that QR code. The wines include the Alpha Zeta Pinot Grigio, which is a simple white, the Aromatic Torrontés from Caiken in Cafayate in Argentina. You then have the sweet Sauternes. Then you have an aging Pinot Noir from Atarangi in New Zealand. You have an Etna Rosso with even more age characteristics, and then the Lan Rioja Reserva, another wine that's aged. So you're able to distinguish these key characteristics. Let's begin with the first wine. So the first wine is called the Alpha Zeta P for Pinot Grigio. So this is a Pinot Grigio from Venezia, so from Veneto, and it's a young wine, the 2024 at 12.5% alcohol. This was tasted in February of 2025. If you do have any comments or questions about these wines, please do get in touch by commenting on this video below. Let's have a look at my tasting sheet for this. So if you are tasting at home, of course, you probably want to pause it now, do your tasting note, and then, of course, pick this up. Welcome back, if indeed you did pause it. So, first things first, there are 2 marks available for the appearance. On this wine, it is a classic sort of delicate white wine that does not have any oak influence. So the very sort of typical appearance here is pale and lemon. That will get you the 2 marks. So saying intensity pale, color is lemon. The nose is worth 7 marks. So you typically have 2 on this page for intensity and development, and then 5 for the aroma compounds. But here, this wine is in fact simple. So you see, we've written here that this is intensity medium. There's some good aromatic here from this young wine. It is simple, and that's because it has very limited amounts of aroma compounds. And it's youthful, as it's not showing any tertiary notes at all. So that's actually already 3 marks allocated, because the mark for simple takes one of the marks away from the aroma compound. So now we need to get 4 aroma compounds to get the marks. And you can get 4 marks from any of the following that I have highlighted here on your slide. So things like honeysuckle, elderflower or blossom, like apple blossom, for example. Green fruit, like apple, gooseberry. Citrus fruit, like grapefruit or lemon. Stone fruit, like peach. It's kind of got a little bit of white peach to it. There's a slightly underripe character here, things herbaceous, like green pepper, grass, or asparagus. There's a little bit of herbal like fennel or dill, and there's some other wet, sort of stony note coming through as well. So a little bit of that. I didn't find too much, to be honest. So as an examiner, I have highlighted actually about 10 things. You need to hit 4 of those. Of course, you will know by now that there is no negative marking from an examiner, so you can put more than 4, but please don't put too much. On a very light wine like this, it's actually quite hard to find more than 10 things. So as a student, I'd expect you probably to put 6 or 7 on a wine like this. If you are struggling to get 6 or 7, sometimes you can use flavor association. So often, if you find something like elderflower, there might be blossom. If you find something like apple, there may be gooseberry. If you find green pepper, they may be grass. So you can hedge your bets by adding another one of those on, as there is no negative marking. Absolutely legal. So 4 marks from those, plus the previous slide saying that the wine is a medium intensity, youthful, and simple. Okay, so that's the nose done for 7 marks. There are no secondary characteristics that are from post-fermentation winemaking, and there are no tertiary from the aromas and flavors of maturation. Then we come to the palate. So there are 9 marks available for a white wine. So the 9 marks are 7 that you see here. Actually, normally it's 6 and then 3 for flavor characteristics, but we've got simple again. So let's go through that. So the sweetness of this wine is that it's bone dry, it has high acidity, and it's medium alcohol. This combination is a combination that I call the famous 3 or the Holy Trinity. It's very typical with many light white wines: dry, high, and medium. The body on this wine, as it's lacking secondary characteristics, there's not much fruit ripeness here, or even things like yeast or lees, you are not really gaining much body. It's light or medium minus. I have given you a range. As an examiner, I am allowed to put ranges on 2 of my lines, a maximum 2. So I've done 1 there on body. You must only put down 1, so light or medium minus. The flavor intensity here is medium minus. The finish is medium minus. And the wine is simple. So we know that the palate is 9 marks. We've just there done 7. So that leaves 2 flavor characteristics, and it's the same list that we had previously for the nose. There is no differentiation between those 2. So you can have 2 from any of these. And please put down more than 2, of course. You should be putting down, once again, 6 or 7 just by copy and pasting from what you put down on the nose. Now, I'm not going to list these again because you can pause this and have a look at it at your own time, and you have gone through this before. Now, it's simple because there aren't many things you can put down for this wine. I think really the maximum you'll go is about 6 or 7, which firmly puts it as a simple wine, as we mentioned, both on the nose and on the palate. There's no secondary characteristics. There's no tertiary, so no post-fermentation winemaking or no flavors and aromas of maturation. The quality of this wine, now this is quite interesting because a lot of simple wines tend to be acceptable, but the better simple wines can actually be good. And this is utilizing the BLIC process, the BLIC process: balance, length, intensity, and complexity. Is there anything out of balance for the first letter there? B. Anything out of balance in this wine? No, it's a simple fresh white wine. Length, is it long? No. So we're not giving it a mark for that one. Intensity, this is one that students find quite hard. And I'm going to jump back here to the palate. Now, it's not just pronounced wines that get the mark for intensity. A wine that shows good intensity in reference to its delicate notes. It's light body like this wine. I think the flavor intensity of this wine is absolutely fine for the wine's body. So it's a delicate wine, but it shows good flavor intensity. So that's why I will give it a mark for intensity. And then finally is the wine complex, the last part of BLIC. No, we've said it's simple. So therefore, we are only giving 2 marks out of 4 for balance and intensity, not length or complexity. And working backwards, outstanding would be 4 out of 4 on the Blick process. Very good would be 3 out of 4, so we're on good. I'm not going to say this is going to be aging potential. I'm very sorry, that should not be highlighted. Please go across here to not suitable for further aging, as it really doesn't have much weight or texture behind it. So it's drink now, not suitable for further aging. Top that up, it's out of 20. You should be looking at a minimum of 11 for your pass of that wine. That brings me to the end of this promotional video of the tasting case. If you wish to view all the other wines in this tasting case, and of course purchase the case so you can taste along or taste in advance to check your answers, please scan this QR code and purchase the case to get it delivered anywhere in the UK.